So it looks like the judge has ordered the Trump administration to preserve its signal chat history about the Yemen military operation. This is Judge Boasberg, one of our favorites, so I thought we could just talk about this for a little bit. So basically, the judge has ordered them to preserve all of the messages that everyone has already read in the Atlantic and on X and everywhere else. Next week, he will be ordering them to preserve yesterday's weather forecast. The order applies to the Defense Department, State Department, Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the CIA, Treasury Department, and National Archives. It's funny that he put the CIA in there. Good luck. They don't listen to anyone. Don't you know that? But it's cute. Anyway, so those are the agencies that are supposed to follow this order. And they are supposed to report the steps taken by Monday. So they're supposed to come in and show the judge or tell the judge what they've done. So I think what they should do is come in and just say, Your Honor, we have taken the step of not destroying the internet over the weekend. We have also bookmarked the Atlantic's website on all government computers, and we've set a reminder in Outlook to go off every morning at 9:30 that reminds us that the internet exists. Just a little bit of background if any of you are not up to speed on this whole this issue that's going on with the Defense Department and the signal chat history. We had national security officials, which included Michael Waltz, J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, and they were using Signal to discuss this Yemen military operation. Now, I should note that Signal was already installed on a number of government computers, so it was already an application that was in use and approved for use by the government. So this is not something new that they just started doing. So I wanted to point that out. Waltz accidentally included Atlantic magazine editor Jeffrey Goldberg in this private chat, who then leaked the transcript, of course, because he belongs to the Atlantic. And I guess these chat messages were reportedly set to auto-delete after certain time periods. So that is, when they found that out, that's why they decided to, well, supposedly that's why they decided to file this lawsuit to force them to maintain these records that have already been published and saved on the internet everywhere. I am still very perplexed as to how Waltz could accidentally add this Jeffrey Goldberg from the Atlantic. From the Atlantic? I've watched interviews with Waltz. I still don't understand what he's saying. It makes no sense to me. I know at one point he said, well, we meant to add another associate, and so Goldberg was a mistake. We meant to add someone else. Well, I'm dying to know who this someone else was. Was it his gardener? Or was it maybe his landscaper? Perhaps his chiropractor. All of those would have been much more likely to have been added than Goldberg from the Atlantic. Now, Waltz has said that he doesn't know Goldberg, he doesn't have his phone number, and he didn't add Goldberg. Which is funny because that's exactly how Signal does not work. I mean, I have Signal. That's not how it works. You have to try pretty hard to add people. It doesn't just happen by accident. The party that filed this lawsuit was American Oversight. They are the ones who filed the lawsuit, and they argued that the officials violated the Federal Records, I think it's the Federal Records Act, to keep and maintain government records. The suit also requests a court order that Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and the National Archives preserve their chat records. You gotta hand it to this American Oversight place for being petty. Like most of the lawsuits that are being filed right now against the Trump administration, at least they have to do with somebody not getting paid for a job or being let go from a job where they don't do any work. I mean, they clearly shouldn't be paid for anything because they're not doing anything. But at least there's some money at stake and they want the money. Or there's a job at stake where they can sit for 10 hours a day and get paid money for that. So you can kind of see those. But this one, they filed this lawsuit to preserve chat records that my grandma has already seen on Facebook. So I guess they've run out of ways to say, we don't like Trump in their press releases. Judge Boasberg is the district judge that was assigned to this case. That he is the same judge who temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting more illegal immigrant criminals who President Trump was trying to get out of the country. And he's already banged heads with the Trump administration, this Judge Boasberg. So when he did open the hearing, Boasberg reminded everyone, he said, all new cases are randomly assigned by an automated system. This was one of the first things he said. Like, can you just imagine the reaction to everybody when he's like, okay, just so you know, the first thing, this was randomly assigned, everybody. It really was. Oh, what? Why would you say that? Well, why would you think that we would think that was not true? Just because you've got a 1 in 25 chance of getting it, 4% chance of getting it, and somehow we get you, why would we think those odds are fishy? Yeah, I on my earlier video I did when this first got handed to Boasberg, I did a little research, and there are 25 district judges that it could have been assigned to, like 15 active, 10 senior judges in that district. So that's 1 out of 25. Those odds, come on. At this point, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Judge Boasberg was assigned to do President Trump's colonoscopy. I mean, he should do it. He's already up in there. Like, why don't you just do the colonoscopy while you're at it? Okay, Boasberg? Now, Boasberg did clarify that the American Oversight case, it's not asking the court to disclose the signal messages, but it is just requesting that they enforce the provisions of the Federal Records Act, which is to preserve these chat messages that are already preserved everywhere online. Okay, so that's just a little update on that case. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, and thanks for watching my headlines and my YouTube shorts. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.